Alright, Becky and Luke here, and today it is experiment time with Luke. Figured we could come outside here. It's kind of nice today, a little bit bright and sunny, and out on the old patio. And the reason why we're out here is because, if you guys remember, I was telling you about how I was trying to sun bleach these parts here for my Super Neo 29 and get them back into kind of a white color. As you guys can see here, here's the original color and here's the color that it is now. What I've done so far is, it's just an experiment, but I'm trying to experiment with different kinds of stuff to see if I can get this thing to come back to life, really bring the color back to it. And so far I've just used regular, I think this was shoe polish, which obviously it doesn't look like it's changed very much. Maybe it's lightened up a little bit, but you can still see the two-tone there. So I'm going to try and wipe this down and wipe down the grill there as well, and then we're going to try and use something else. And I'm not a chemist by any means. I'm not an expert on this stuff by any means. And I know some people had mentioned retro bright, but unfortunately in Japan here, trying to get a hold of anything over 5% for hydrogen peroxide is impossible. Like, it just does not exist. You can't get it over, I think maybe it's 0.5. I can't remember. It's really, really low. And yeah, so can't get it. Just it's not something that you can buy over the counter, because I think they had problems with it in the past, people drinking it or something. I don't know what it was. But yeah, so can't get it. That's why I'm kind of experimenting with all different stuff here. As you can see in this bowl, we've got some flour. Now I'm sure some people will say, like, flour? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? The only thing that I can think of here is either flour or baking soda, in order to get something where I can get a little bit of texture that'll stay on these pieces of plastic. If I just put regular liquid on it, it'll just run right off. So I want to try and get something on here that will kind of stay on here, and that's why we got some some regular flour here. And what we're going to mix the flour with is this. I'm going to try this here. This is Nanox, and this is a whitening compound. Probably has some parts of bleach in it, and it's used for clothing. It says, like, it can get to the nano level of whiteness here. So I don't know, we're going to try. And we're going to mix this with this, and then we're going to apply it onto this. But first we got to kind of wipe this off here. This is a mess. But we got our nice trusty friend here who is going to help us along the way. This is Tori's Highball, which is really good, 7% alcohol. Gotta love this stuff. So I'll let you guys take a look here. And I pardon the tripod. It is a very small tripod, but it's here nonetheless. I don't know if you guys can see this or not very well. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a towel and I'm going to try and wipe this excess stuff off, and so I can apply the new stuff here. But while I'm doing that, I'm also going to be trying my highball here, because this is good for a nice Monday afternoon. It's like Monday at 3:30. Cheers, guys. All right. Well, let's try and wipe this stuff off. Luckily, I mean, it's been baking out in the sun here for a couple of days at least. Just wanted to see if I could get it, to change colors a little bit here, which it seems like it is. I mean, it does look slightly lighter, but not something where you go, wow, that's such a huge improvement. And, like I said, I know that Retro Bright has maybe like 3 or 4 compounds in it, but I'm not a chemist. The one thing I do know, though, is that if you accidentally mix bleach and ammonia together, what you wind up getting is mustard gas. And if you inhale that, 15 minutes later, you'll be dead, because it just crystallizes your lungs. So you got to be careful when you're mixing different compounds. Make sure you know exactly what's in it. And unfortunately, my kanji reading ability for some of the Japanese compounds is not high enough to where I can just go, oh, okay, I know exactly what that compound is. Sometimes they change the names of it. So I'm not taking any risk here. I'm just kind of going maybe the slower route, but hopefully it'll pay off. I'm just hoping here. All right. So, as you guys can see here, kind of wiping it down, getting all of the remnants off of it. Still got this stuff here. So I'm going to try and wipe that stuff down as well. You guys can just kind of stare off into the distance and play some music if you want to while you're watching this. Preferably something either that has a good beat to it, or, you know, some techno music, or some rock, some rap, something. This probably isn't one of those videos where you just want to put on classical music, unfortunately. Unless, well, unless you're into it. Alright. For Monday times, make it Suntory times. Yeah, it seems like it's lightening up a little bit. It looks a little bit lighter on the sides here, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that's partially due to the just leaving it in the sun, though. I mean, maybe the paste that was on there just did not do anything. Just trying to break this stuff down here. Come on. Hopefully you guys get a kick out of this stuff. You're like, yeah, we're just watching Luke out on his balcony, wiping, was it shoe polish or something like that? Off of a Super Neo 29 bezel. Lovely. I suppose this is starting to go kind of Ashen style, isn't it? I can't be stepping on any toes, though. It's pretty funny. I wonder what my neighbors have thought. You know, they must have seen this sitting outside for the last few days. Probably like, what is he doing over there? Like, hey dudes, I'm just experimenting. Alright, well that one seems to be kind of wiped off for the most part. Yeah, that one's, as you guys can see here, we got this one kind of wiped down. I don't know exactly how well this is going to show up here through the camera. You know, it might show up as like pure white, but it's not. It's actually quite yellowed here. But let's see, maybe a little bit better there. But then we just have this guy here, which needs to be cleaned up. So there. Yeah, this gray part is actually turned yellow as well. You know, it's kind of got that yellowy gray look to it. So that's why I'm doing this one as well here. You know, when you're doing stuff like this, you kind of have to talk every few seconds, because if not, you just get a video that's filled with blank parts to it. Just like non-talking parts where people are just watching and going, oh, this sucks. I might be saying that anyway, but yeah. Looks like I missed a bit here. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, for the next part, what we're going to do is get our concoction here that we're going to make, which is this. The flowery setup and our nanox. And what we're going to do is just kind of rip this thing open here. And I'm going to pour this in the bowl. Woo, look at that. It's blue and pretty. Alright. Ah, geez, I didn't realize. I just bought this bowl at like the 100 yen shop. I didn't realize, hey look, it's got nice holes in it. Ah! That's what I get though. So, as you can see here, looks like a blue lagoon. Looks pretty awesome. But non-edible. So we're just going to use our trusty screwdriver. Yes, I know. I'm really doing this the kind of cheap way here. Definitely making an interesting paste, for sure. Kind of like a green colored paste. Wow, that's really really coming together there. Luke's baking show. Today we'll be making toxic pancakes and toxic cookies. Using this mixture of nanox and flour. Wow, that is really thick stuff. Look at that. We'll add a bit more to it, though. Try and get this texture just a little bit better here. I didn't think about was a spreading tool, unfortunately, so this is just going to have to go on by hand or by sponge. I'm not sure, one of the two ways. Looks pretty awesome. It smells really nice. It's got that really friendly kind of welcoming smell to it. Wow. Got some killer mosquitoes out here too. Alright, so as you guys can see, there's our mixture of all sorts of goodness here, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply this onto this here. I guess using our trusty sponge, like this guy here. Just use that and pat it around. Hopefully you guys can see here. I can't tell, like the sun is really bright. So let's put this here and get, maybe I should add some more just to be safe. I want the nanox to be the main component here. I want it to be mostly flour. I mean, who knows, this may totally fail here, I don't know, but we're gonna try. That's the whole key to experimenting, right? It's like there is no right or wrong way to experiment. Let's see. That's a pretty good kind of combination. Seems pretty good. Good consistency here. Although my sun seems to be going away here, the sunlight is definitely getting less and less. If this did work, that would be super awesome. I'd be super happy here, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, I suppose. It's really messy, though. Hopefully that sun will come back and stay out for a while. Got here, the other side all covered. you know, like I said, I've never tried this before. We're just practicing with stuff. I got this, I've had this like just sitting in the closet doing nothing since I dismantled the other Super Neo 29, and I've been wanting to try and get this thing, you know, get a pure white Super Neo 29. So that's why we're doing this here. Alright, well, that one's done. Down there it's just dripping kind of goo everywhere, but so you guys can take a look at this right now. You can see it's all gooey, lots of goo. And next up we'll do the bezel here, and then we'll do the front there as well. So let's see. Next up, Mr. Bezel. Probably let this sit out here for, I don't know, about a good 4 days or so and see what happens after that. Just check it every once in a while to see if there's any major improvements or not on this. But if this thing gets to the nano level of clothes, it'd be nice if it got to the old nano level of plastic. I know there's not really much of a you know, connection there, but it'd be nice. Hopefully it doesn't bleach the porch here. Wife will kill me. I guess that's half the fun, huh? You know, getting the wife all angry. What are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm just experimenting. It's like, don't experiment. You're just like, but if I don't experiment, how do I know if things are gonna work? Usually they're the ones who just say like, just throw it away. And you have to constantly remind them like, no, I can't throw this away. Hopefully you guys are finding some entertainment out of me talking to myself out on my balcony. It's like I'm talking to you guys and, you know, trying to have a conversation, but I just don't know what the responses are yet. Alright, gooey monster. Alright, well that's pretty much done because it's like just dripping everywhere. Alright. So as you guys can see here, this is the gooey mess that's going on there. It's been slimed. Slime time. But I think I'll move this one down just a little bit more so I can get a better balance of sunlight on all this. Put that one there. You guys see this stuff? Alright, so the next part is I crawl along the balcony here because I don't have any sandals on right now. And when you go outside in Japan, you know, trying to go back inside, yeah, wearing shoes or with bare feet, you're just asking for it. I have to make an update to this, I think, in 4 days, just see if it works or if anything changes or if nothing changes, or just so you guys know as well. Got the slimy goo everywhere. Alright, so as you guys can see here as well, I got this one pretty much covered. I might go around and touch it up a little bit. Looks like maybe some spots maybe aren't the fully covered. Could be just because it's dripping everywhere. But yeah, you can see for the most part I got this thing covered here. And we'll just let this sit outside, I guess, for about 4 days. See what happens with that. But hopefully we'll get a bit of a positive result on this stuff. And maybe it'll keep the flies away too. With this smell. It smells really good, you know, but hopefully it'll have some sort of positive reaction on this. Can only hope. But yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys here. Had a few people wanted to see what was going on with the old marquee and bezel, and what I was planning on doing as far as, you know, bringing them back to life here. Not exactly the easiest thing in the world, but you know, if you got the time, yeah, maybe worth giving it a shot. But what I'll do right here is I'll just leave this, and we'll come back in a few days and see if anything's changed or if it's still the same. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.